Okay, we're going to make a video about factoring trinomials. So when we talk about factoring trinomials, there are two cases. One is the x squared plus bx plus c, okay, which is easier. And the other one is the ax squared plus bx plus c, when you have coefficients before the x squared which is different than 1. And we're going to check both cases in this video. So let's start from the basic ones. Remember, trinomials you factor in with two parentheses. Remember that the first two multiplying needs to give me the x squared, so that will be x times x. And then the other two needs to give me negative 12 multiplying and positive 1 when you add. So what I recommend always is to find the factors of this number. So for 12 is 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. So from those three combinations, which one give me, when I subtract, give me 1, and that will be 4 minus 3 is 1. So I put a 4, I put a 3 here. Now because the plus x means plus 1, this one is positive, the greater number will be positive. And the smaller number will be negative. Now minus 3 times 4 is negative 12, and minus 3 plus 4 is 1, which is the number here. So basically it's done. So let's go to the next one. The next one the same. Always if you find the factors of this number, that will help you a lot. So I mean, I know that it's a times 3 is 24 and a minus 3 is 5, but always find the factors. 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. So there should be a combination here that give me the numbers I need. So here's m, here's m. The first sign is this one, plus, and the second sign is the multiplication of the sign. Positive times negative is negative. Now because this is positive 5, the greater number will be positive. So a minus 3 is 5, so here's the 8, here's the 5. Okay, that's it, it's done. Now when we have this equals 0, they are telling me to find the possible solutions for x. In this case we didn't find the solution, we just find the factoring. But in this one we're gonna find a solution. So we start with the parentheses. This is y. This is 6 times 3 is 18, and 6 minus 3 is negative 3. So the 6 will be negative because this is minus 3, so it will be minus 6 plus 3. And I have to write here equals 0. Okay, that I didn't do it in the other ones because they didn't indicate it. But in this one, you equal to 0. Now you equal each parenthesis to 0. So y plus 3 equals 0. That means that y equals negative 3. And here y minus 6 equals 0. That means that y equals 6 positive. Okay, how do I equal those two to 0 individually? Because there is a theorem that says that if a times b is equal to 0, that means that or a is equal to 0 or b is equal to 0. So from here is that we equal each of them to 0, as here I equal each variables to 0. That's what we do. That's what we do this one. This one they are not telling me to find this, so I don't have to do it. So let's do this one. So two parentheses, k and k. This is minus, minus times minus is plus. Now find the numbers. Okay, let's see. 20 times 3 is 60, but it's not okay. 15 times 4, no. 10 and 6. You see, 10 and 6. If you do it mentally, you can come up with that through the practice, but if you find all the factors, that will be more organized and better to do it. Okay, so it's 10, negative 4 is negative, so the 10 will be negative, so 10 and 6. So when I multiply those two, give me negative 60. When I add it, give me negative 4. Okay, let's go now to this. Now here I have a number before the x squared, but this factoring is like the previous one. The only difference is that we need to do a double factor. We need to factor a monomial first. So put out a 4 times x squared plus x minus 12. Okay, and if you look at this one, is the same that we have in the beginning, the x squared plus x minus 12. You see, x squared plus x minus 12. The only thing that they had an extra 4 here. So how do I factor this? X minus 3, as I did in the beginning, x plus 4, but we have the 4 here. Okay, so this is the answer for this one. In this case, it's very similar. The only thing is that we have an extra y. We can do it also with numbers and with variables. So we put out the y, and m squared plus 5m minus 24. And this one is the same I have here on top, m squared plus 5m minus 24, just with the extra y. So once you factor this, will be m plus 8, m minus 5, and the y here outside. You see? That's it. That's the answer. So let's do the last two. Let's do the last two. Okay, here we are. Now, here we can factor a 2 if we want. That's an option because 6 is 3 times 2, 2 times 2, and 5 times 2. So all of them has a 2. We're going to put a 2 outside. I'll have 3y squared minus 2y minus 5. It's equal to 0. Okay. This 2, it's multiplying the parentheses. So when you move to the other side dividing, you still will have this equal to 0. So it doesn't make any change right now. Okay, let's see now how do we factor this. Here is 3y and y. Remember the previous one we have just y and y, and that's make it easier, but now it's 3y and y because when we multiply we need to get back 3y squared. Then we have a 5. It could be only 1 times 5, and this is a 2. So I need to arrange the number in a way that when we add, it gives me negative 2y, and I found it now. So you put a y here, a 5 here, and you put a 1 here. Now let's check the signs. The greater number will be negative because this is negative 2. So here is a minus, here is a plus. Now let me explain you this. When I multiply the negative 5 times y, that will give me minus 5y. And 3y times 1 will give me positive 3y. And when I add those two, that give me the negative 2 I'm looking for. Negative 5 times 1 is negative 5, and y times 3y is 3y squared. So it's good. It's done. That's equal to 0. These two I pass here. 0 divided by 2 is 0. So that's it. Now we need to find the options, the two possible answers. Y plus 1 equals 0. Y equals negative 1. And the other option is 3y minus 5 equals 0. The 5 is here positive, 5 over 3. So y is equal 5 over 3. Okay, those two are the possible answers for this exercise. Look that we use basically two different factorings. We factor a monomial and then we factor a trinomial. Okay. Okay, let's do the last one. Almost done. We have you can pause the video and try to do by yourself, but if not, and then you can check the answers. So I'm gonna put the two parentheses here. 4p to the fourth. Okay, this one looks like tricky, but it's not, because if you see the previous one has 2, this is a 1 and this is a 0. This one goes down 2 by 2, so it doesn't matter. It's good. So but the 4p squared could be 2p squared, or 4p to the fourth, and just 4p squared and p squared. That's it. So let's go 2 and 2 to see what's going on. Let me see. Let me check quick. Okay, let's do 2 and 2. 2p to the second, 2p to the second. Now the 3, it will go No, it will not go by this. So we have to do it again. I'll do it mentally now, and it's not with 2p squared. It's with 4p squared. So sometimes you have to try different options. So yeah. So now it's 11, right? So 4 times 3, because the numbers here will be 3 and 1. There is not another option. So 4 times 3 is 12. Subtracting the 1 is the 11. That's what I think. And so here's the 3, and here's the 1. Now let's check the signs. Because this is positive, the 4 times 3 needs to be positive. So the positive will be here, and the negative will be here. Now it's good. If we would like to check, that you don't have to, but if you would like to check, this times this is negative p squared, and this times this is positive 12p squared, and when you subtract it's 11p squared, which is the middle term, because minus 1 times 3 is negative 3, and 4p squared times p squared is 4p to the fourth. So you see that it didn't affect the p to the fourth with the p squared comparing to this one. Didn't affect it. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Just if you have questions, let me know. It's something that's a basic. There are a lot of cases. There is a formula to solve trinomials, but I'm sure this video would help you review your understanding of trinomials. Thank you very much, and have a great day.